Good morning, everybody. So I'll try to be a little provocative with some information. Don't be very worried about the data. I will try to explain. So the panel is Ocean and Human Health. So I'm going to see it in the other way. So the impact on human well-being on the ocean, and deal with that, what we call the invisible pollution. So where is the...
Up. This right
I know,
side.
but it doesn't go.
Oh, it doesn't work yet? Okay.
No. Hang on. It's okay, no problem.
It's okay now?
Yeah. So it was off. So the population is increasing. And as you can see, in 2100, it's going to be 100 billion people. And here you can see the amount of people that are already in the coastal areas, on the mega cities. And then we have 10 million, 1 million, 2 million, and in 2030, these are going to be increasing, and the anthropogenic pressure will also increase in the marine systems. Okay. So also... Okay. So also, our life expectancy is increasing, and you can see more or less the situation here. And we are expect to have everybody's going to increase in all the world, and then also people with more than 65 years will also increase enormously. That means that we're going to need increasing medical compounds, and you have already 3,000 personal care products and pharmaceuticals in the market, and new molecules are entering the market every year. So here you can see that we have 100,000 tons per year used, and a huge amount, $1.5 trillion going to be expended in pharmaceutical compounds in 2021. And you can see where, what are they used on different diseases. And all these added up what's been used in agriculture and veterinary pharmaceutical compounds. All these compounds have an active ingredient, and they are now considered pseudo-persistent contaminants. Why is that? You have here all the types that we can use, and these active ingredients will end up in the sea, either because people don't dispose them up properly, and because the hospital effluents and also sewage treatment plants doesn't treat them well. So there's no technology, and also a direct pathway from agriculture, and we can also have it in tap water. But here we are more interested in the sea. So you can find in the sea all these compounds, and which are the anti-asthmatics, the antidepressants, whatever. So all our fingerprints are in the ocean. And especially the Water Framework Directive is worried about diclofenac. I don't know if you know what that is, but Voltaren, probably you know what that is. So that's what's diclofenac meaning. So they want to get rid of these, and we have all the advertisements in the television say use it. And in the south of Portugal, the levels I'm showing here are not very different from the Mediterranean. And in the areas of the Algarve, you probably know, is where my university came from, we have different areas, a more touristic area and a more rural area. And we can, by analyzing the pharmaceutical compounds in the water, you can exactly see what the doctors are prescribing. In the more rural area, where we have more aged people, they're having more painkillers and problems. And in the other one, in more touristic area, you found a lot of Prozac. And why this is important is, so these are what I was telling, the difference in the two regions, and also diclofenac, the one that the European Union is worried, is already there also. So in the aquatic environment, all these compounds are going to be affecting different types of organisms, either the ones that filter water, the fish, but they keep their forms. So, and another thing which might be important to raise awareness is that antibiotic resistance genes have already been detected in certain oceans. So it's not only in hospitals, be aware of that. So the Prozac, what happens, for instance, this is one example, in the Prozac in the mussels, they change it to a more toxic compound, which is no fluoxetine or no Prozac. So inside, when they are present, that's what's happening. And this has several effects, which are oxidative stress. I'm not going to explain that. Neurotoxic effects. Endocrine disruption, which males and females change sex. So we are decreasing the production, the biological production of the sea by these compounds. And on top of that, we're having this huge problem, cancer. And cancer is going to be increasing, like showing here the situation, what's prospect for 2030, and also the expenditure of the anti-cancer drugs are increasing enormously in different areas. Why is this important? Because in the sea, they keep their properties, so they kill good and bad cells. So that's why this is important, because at the University of Algarve, we have been studying several species, and this one lives in the sediments, and when the anti-cancer drugs are present, they don't burrow, and they have neurotoxic effects, and also antioxidant effects, and these are used in breast cancer and in all sorts of cancer. And especially this one, they have DNA effects. So you can see we are unbalancing all the situation. So if you add that the personal care products that everybody is using, like suntans and everything, and if you look, if people knows a little bit about the Algarve there, the levels I'm showing, it's not very different from the Mediterranean. So these are different areas in the south of Portugal where you can find in the mussels. Mussels are good indicators of contaminants, all sorts of UV filters. So if they had Prozac, we add up the UV filters, we add up all that sort, and we found the same thing in the fish. So because this is an organism which is by indicator and have mussels all over the world, that's why this is selected. And regarding the pharmaceutical compounds, the environmental risk assessment is only considered when new compounds will be released. So all these compounds that are in the market, they are not having environmental risk assessment, so we don't know, and especially no marine assessment at all. So as main messages, we need to improve because how human health might be decreasing due to the impact in the ocean. So we have to improve human health, the impact on the ocean. The mixtures of all these compounds are very dangerous, and so we need to treat them on land because 80% of these contaminants came from land. So there's a huge need to decrease the impact of all these contaminants. And in order to reduce these impacts, we need to have better sewage treatment plants, reduce better recycling, and improve recycling products, and also sewage treatment. So I would like to point out also, I finished this talk, we are organizing a conference in the University of Algarve, which is having 40 years old on this stress in the ocean, where we're going to have a session on the World Ocean Assessment of the United Nations. And probably you've heard that Lisbon, the Portuguese government, in partnership with the Kenyan government, is organizing the second UN conference on the ocean in 2020, next June. So thanks for your attention.